How to fix PUBG security software not working properly 0xFFFFFFF. Welcome back to Tenabalta. During our recent investigations, we noticed a massive spike in the PUBG security software not working properly 0xF crash. Our technical team immediately went to work to diagnose this fatal client closure. We completely dissected the root causes behind this anti-cheat failure. After running our diagnostics across multiple test benches, we discovered several permanent fixes. Solution 1 is adjusting the Windows Security Core isolation feature. We discovered that a hidden initial prompt often gets dismissed by players, causing persistent blockages. To resolve this, open your Windows Security dashboard and navigate directly to the Core Isolation menu. Toggle the memory integrity setting off to prevent conflicts with the anti-cheat engine. Solution 2 requires a complete system reboot to finalize the security changes. We confirmed that simply closing the game is not enough to reset the kernel-level permissions. Restart your computer immediately after adjusting the core isolation settings. This ensures the Windows registry properly registers the newly modified memory integrity parameters. Solution 3 targets missing or corrupted Microsoft Visual C Redistributable libraries. Our testing showed that the 2022 framework is absolutely mandatory for stable BattlEye initialization. Navigate to the official Microsoft download portal to grab the necessary architecture files. You must download the x86 architecture version first to build the proper software foundation. Solution 4 is the installation of the x64 architecture for the Visual C Redistributable package. We tested this fix and confirmed that running both versions concurrently eliminates the 0xF syntax error. Run the executable file and allow the installer to overwrite any existing corrupted directories. Reboot your machine once more to solidify these core redistributable frameworks. Solution 5 involves purging the corrupted BattlEye directory located in your Common Files folder. Tenabalta's analysis revealed that outdated registry entries here constantly trigger the security crash. Open your File Explorer and navigate to local disk C, then into the Program Files x86 folder. Locate the Common Files directory and permanently delete the entire BattlEye folder inside. Solution 6 requires executing the dedicated uninstaller script within the PUBG directory. This will completely sever the game's connection to the previously corrupted anti-cheat files. Navigate to your Steam folder, then to Steam Apps, Common, PUBG, TSL Game, Binaries, and finally Win64. Inside the BattlEye folder, run the uninstall executable as an administrator. Solution 7 is initializing the fresh installation script to build a clean anti-cheat pipeline. Our testing confirmed this bypasses the false positive flags generated by the server. In the exact same Win64 directory, locate the install executable file. Double-click this script to silently reinstall the correct service parameters into your system registry. Solution 8 addresses outdated operating system architectures, triggering immediate client closures. We strictly advise against using unsupported platforms like Windows 7 for modern gaming environments. Our network logs show that the anti-cheat engine fundamentally rejects outdated Windows kernel protocols. Upgrading to a fully updated version of Windows 10 or 11 is practically mandatory. Solution 9 involves forcing Steam to verify the integrity of your local game files. This secondary measure ensures no underlying binary files were damaged during previous crashes. Right-click PUBG in your Steam library and navigate directly to the Installed Files Property tab. Click the verification button and let the client replace any mismatched server files. Solution 10 focuses on disabling unnecessary background applications that inject overlays into the game. We noticed that monitoring software often triggers the security software alert. Open your Task Manager and forcefully terminate any statistic tracking or overlay programs. This frees up memory and stops third-party hooks from failing the anti-cheat scan. Solution 11 is assigning permanent administrator privileges to the main executable. Our team determined that restricted user rights prevent the game from reading its own security certificates. Navigate back to the TSL game binaries folder and right-click the main application file. Check the box to run the program as an administrator under the Compatibility Settings tab. Solution 12 clears the temporary cache files stored deep within your Windows operating system. Leftover dump files from previous crashes often create a loop of continuous 0xF errors. Press the Windows key and R, type the temporary folder command, and delete everything inside. This forces the engine to generate fresh configuration files upon the next launch. Solution 13 requires a complete flush of your DNS resolver cache through the command prompt. Connection timeouts to the anti-cheat server will falsely report as a local software failure. Open your command terminal with elevated privileges and execute the flush command. This establishes a clean and direct routing path to the primary authentication servers. Solution 14 is updating your dedicated graphics drivers using a clean installation method. We have traced several security misfires back to corrupted visual runtime environments. Download the latest drivers from your manufacturer's portal and select the Clean Install option during setup. A pristine graphics environment ensures the anti-cheat overlay functions perfectly. Solution 15 creates a dedicated exclusion path for the entire PUBG directory within Windows Defender. This prevents real-time scanning algorithms from quarantining vital executable files mid-game. Go to your virus and threat protection settings and add the entire Steam Common folder to the exclusions list. This guarantees maximum performance and zero interference from background scans. Solution 16 focuses on disabling full-screen optimizations for the executable file. We observed that aggressive rendering handoffs from the operating system directly clash with the active security monitoring. Access the Properties menu of the main game application and navigate to the Compatibility tab. Check the designated box to disable these optimizations and apply the new parameters instantly. Solution 17 is resetting your local network catalog via an elevated command interface. Sometimes the internal socket registry becomes corrupted, severing the mandatory heartbeat connection to the BattlEye servers. Run the network socket reset command in your terminal and wait for the confirmation prompt. A quick system reboot after this step will completely reconstruct your network bridge. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more.